Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I hope you all had an absolutely awesome weekend. It was still very hot here. We did get a little bit of rain, but I can't complain. Apparently, we're going to have some more rain this week. Right, so today I am up with a Panalisa project share, and people had asked to see the little basket. So I'm going to do that and do some of the vintage papers and stickers. Also, one of the things that was mentioned was stickers with white edges and what can you do. So I'm going to try and address how I deal with that problem and show you what I do today while doing this little flower basket. So first up, we're going to be using this die. You will need to cut two of those, and I have been organised just for this part. and I've cut two. So I'm using craft cardstock because I'm using some of the gorgeous vintage papers that Alina sent to me. And from this set that I received last month, which is a fabulous set, you get so many different shapes and sizes. And I'm going to be using the square scallop. So I'm just going to put that one down there so that I'm not confusing anything. And I will link this below. Don't forget, it is the AliExpress summer sale and it started today. So, take advantage of all those fabulous coupons and things while you can. Right, now the paper pack that I'm going to use to complement this, and I'm going to be using this die, is I'm going to choose something out of this fragrant pack. And I'm thinking I'm going to go butterflies or butterflies and roses. I'm going to find some element with a gorgeous insect in it of some kind, and then use the square die onto that. And then I'm going to be using some pieces of ephemera if I want to, and there's a great butterfly one there, and also the stickers. So I think before I run off and cut any layers, I'm going to show you first how I deal with the white border on stickers. Right, so I'm just moving some stuff off to the side and unrolling my wonderful scruffy mat. Right, let's pop that down there. I hope my camera didn't go blurred. And we're going to just have a look at what's in here. So I'm going to take a few out, and I'm thinking, I really do want butterflies in what I'm doing. And there's quite a few really sweet ones in here, and also some tickets. Now, you do find that these have, a finished edge on them, whereas the other stickers don't. And I keep hearing, oh, I don't like the white edge, so let me show you what I do. So I think I'm going to go for that butterfly. I really do like that. That really appeals to me. I like the colour. I'm trying to think what else I could do. Wondering if maybe that. Because I've got to take into consideration the size of the bag that I'm using. So I'm going to do those two butterflies, I think, because I'm going to use them and they're not going to get wasted. There is a lovely green one there too. But no, I am digressing all over the place. Right, so I'm just going to pick these up and move them off to the side. That's another nice one, isn't it? Now I'm going to behave myself. I'm going to go with the two that I put down and try and be good. There are gorgeous pieces in here. I mean, look at that. It's just gorgeous. Right. I am a hoarder of ephemera. I don't know if you are too, but I do hoard it. Now, I'm straightening up my piece of paper there. I'm going to move these off to the side. And we're going to do these two. Now, I showed you my gorgeous glittery metallic watercolour box last week. And you can see how much of the various golds and things that I use. I do absolutely love them. And you can see I love that one. It's a very vintage looking gold. And I've still got gold on here. But instead of dropping water into watercolour, this brush has got just a little bit of moisture. So I'm just basically going in and picking up solid colour. It's going to be quite thick, and if you can't achieve it by wiggling your brush, then you can squeeze a little bit more water. But what you don't want is too much wet. And then once you've done that, kind of shape your brush up again, and I just go around the edges of what I'm using. And you do find eventually you kind of almost get a metallic-y transparent feel to it. I will need to go around this twice. So what I'll do is I'll go around the other butterfly, come back and pop the second layer on. Right, so I've done the first layer, and that actually might not look like much, but it will be. I'll be able to, when it's dry, pick it up and show you. I've just got a little bit more on there, and now I'm going to do exactly the same thing. You're just gently pushing it on, and you'll get just a little bit of translucency starting on the edge of your sticker, so that when you peel it off, what you get is a beautiful vintage, kind of like distressed gold edge, rather than your solid white. Now I'm pushing that over there, and it doesn't matter if you go a little bit onto your insects. That just kind of adds to the distressedness of it. Right, so I'm going to vanish while those dry, and then I'm going to come back and I go around the edge with a little bit of black soot. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, so while I was away drying, I also found myself a little dragonfly, and I don't know if you can see that. It looks really distressed. I have put a little bit of black soot onto that one, but it's metallic shiny. My camera's not showing really true. I think you can see that reflection, but you've completely removed that white edge, which gives it that little vintage doodah. You know, that vintage vibe is what I'm going to say. Now, I wouldn't recommend using alcohol markers on stickers, because you're going to end up with a very harsh edge. But you can see this. I'm putting on a little bit of black soot, and then I'm pushing it around with my fingers, and I'm just distressing that edge. You can, of course, if you want to, and I have done it, and that is fussy cut a sticker. If you've got the patience for that, you know, go ahead and do that. But we've just obliterated the white edge, and it's very, very vintage looking now. And also this one. And just push your black ink where you want it. But this is a very sort of like vintage little gift bag that we're making, so you know, a bit of grunge is just not going to hurt it at all. There, and then we've got that little butterfly. You always end up with what looks like a foiled sticker, but I just think that's really cute. Right, so I am going to quickly remove this, clean my mess up, and I'll come straight back because we need to cut that die apart to do the top embellishment for the bag. Right, so there's my two bag pieces, which are going to need some adhesive tape. Really simple to make. There's my little grungy stickers that I've just done. They're no longer with a white edge. And then I need to cut these. Now, the top one is too big to go there, so I'm going for the next size down scallop. Now, on some dies, you can manipulate them and twist them out. This has actually got 3 fixed points, so I'm going to need to cut one, and I just go in with my pliers and I snip. So what I need to do now is hold on to that straight edge and just push that out. So I would of course remove that bit before I put it away, and I would cut them all apart, to be honest. So we're not using that bit, we're using this next one. So I need to go in and snip that. And I always push back away from a cut so that you don't get those little holes in your paper. Now get your pliers in and remove that. Pull back away from the cut and you've got that. Now you can see you've got two little bits on the edges there, and you're going to want to remove those because you don't want to hurt yourself. And you can just gently twist and remove. So now what we should have is a piece that will, you know, fit to the bag, and that's what I want. I don't want to layer it up any more than that, so I'm not going to use the smaller square. I'm just going to go with this one as a main focal point, and anything else I'm going to be adding ephemera, which is going to fill it out in places. Right, so now reaching across the desk again, I'm going to go and choose a piece of paper out of here or two, do the front and back, and die cut it, and I'll come straight back. And actually I've just decided, just to show you how I think on the fly, that I'm going to use these two sheets here, and I'm going to get my bag die again, and I'm going to cut that section, and then I'm going to crop it off so that I've got a layer to go there on the basket. So the handle and the sides will be craft, but those will be like that. And then, not to waste any of the element here, I'm going to be using the die to cut that out and then put my wonderful flying insects on it. So that's my plan, and I'll be right back. Right, so I've done away and done my cutting, and basically that's what I've got. I've just cut this section out here so that I've got a different pattern front and back to go on my little bag. Put that on there. And then I've cut one in craft and one in plain so that I've just got a label on the front. So I'm going to glue those two together to make it a bit more sturdy, and then I'm going to put foam pads behind, and I'm either going to use that as the front or that one as the front. I haven't, you know, really decided yet, but don't know. I think it's going to be the red one as the front, to be honest. So I'm going to glue the fronts on and just put a line of glue almost up to the edge. Always remembering your glue is going to squish a little bit to hold it down in the center. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And also, while I'm thinking about it, somebody actually said to me, how do you peel the backs off stickers? So I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly and easily as well. Right, so that one is glued on. I think it's straight. Just going to give it a squish. And what I'll do is I'm now going to go and glue the other one on and glue that on top of that, and I'll be right back. Right, so those are glued on, and I did add just a little bit of black distress just on the edges there, and I've used Alina Crafts tape. If I get in close, you can see you've got an edge to fold here, which we're going to do now, and the tape is there ready to go. You will also need a piece of tape on the bottom, but I'm going to put that on last. But I've decided I want this for my front piece. And first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my pieces up, and good girl me, I've got my bone folder. And before I do any of that, and I've got the tape on the table, I've decided I'm going to have my dragonfly on my front. I'm going to put the two little butterflies on the back, I think. Now, people have said, you know, stickers, wonderful things, can't get the back off. So there it is, turned over. I'm getting a little piece of Alina Crafts tape again, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off there. I'm going to find an edge on the reverse, and I'm just going to stick it down. so that you've got it stuck down onto the reverse, and you've also got a little handle. Now, this is usually the point where it's going to go disastrously wrong on camera, but you can see it hasn't. It's lifted the edge there, so it's now off. Now, there's a little bit extra, you know, I can cut that off and use that to lift the butterfly wings up, so there's not a lot of waste. And I haven't stuck that on there yet, but I'm trying to think if I want my dragonfly straight or off to an angle. And I'm going to go there. And you will, of course, note that it's sticky. Now, what you would normally do, and of course, I can't find mine, is you'd get some powder or something. But what I do is just rub it with my fingers until, you know, the majority of the sticky is off, and I'm good to go, kind of thing. But that is what is going to pop on there as the little decoration. But that's how easy it is. So if you're having problems, you know, getting the backs off your stickers, just use some double-sided tape on the peelable side, not on the picture side. You can do it on the picture side if you're using removable tape, which is this stuff. But it is better to go onto the reverse. Right, now, these are scored. You may or may not be able to see that. So I am about to fold up and fold down. So everything always depends on the quality of your paper. It really does. Now, obviously, when you make a little bag or a basket or something, you do want to use a good quality paper. But the paper that I've got, even though it's thick, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best quality, which is why I went for my craft cardstock, because I know I can fold it, she says, and get it accurate. I think I just went off my score line. I need to get that back in its doodah. There we go. So that's basically what you've got to do. You've got to fold those up, and then on that same straight line, you need to be able to fold down and go across. So that is what half of your basket will look like. And then if you can see that, there's a score line there. That needs to be folded. And then it comes up like that. So from that to that. Right, just to save time, I'm just going to bend the other and I'll be right back. Right, so those are folded up, and of course the next thing to do is to take your tape off, peel your back off and get it straight. And I hope that I'm getting it straight, because my camera angle means I can't always see. So I'm just going to pop that down and get my finger in there, and that is what your side of your basket will now look like. Now your other one, you want to take that off. I did say you need a piece for the bottom, but I'm going to do that last. Right, I hope I've got that on straight. And I'm just going to press that. I mean, this is a perfect item, really, so that you've got your bottom there and you've got your bottom there. If you can see that. So I'm going to now put a piece of tape along this edge and this edge. Because this is the bit that's going to go inside. And I personally, I think something like this would be great for a few little packets of herbal tea, or you know, those individual serving straws of honey and things that you can get. That would look really pretty too. So I'm now going to take this one off. And this one, whoops. I'm also going to go down here and try not to get things stuck where they shouldn't be. Right. So I know that this is going inside of here. I'm just trying to show you how I will do it. I haven't actually fastened anything yet. Because I'm too busy trying to get it straight. And then to this side, I can now push down and hopefully get that on straight. Remember, nothing will ever stick until you decide to push. Right, I'm going to go for that. So it stands up, but you can see I haven't pushed down yet. So I'm just going to go in there with my bone folder and touch it and look at the areas that I haven't applied any pressure yet. So there's our little basket, our little bag. But I think fruit tea or something in here would look really, really sweet. Now, this is what I want as the front. So I've got my pads on here and I've got plenty of them on. I've already got my dragonfly on there. So we've made a little basket. We've used ephemera and we've used paper. No, we didn't actually use any ephemera. But we have used stickers. Now, I want that to go about there. I need to get it straight. And I can't tell if it's in the centre or not. So I'm guessing, and that is not straight. So I'm just adjusting it. Right, and put your hand inside and you can press that on. And then the butterflies, I'm not sure if they're going on the back or if I'm going to go with them on the front. I don't know. I think that one actually does look quite nice there. Maybe it would look better there. It's like arranging everything, but I think I'm going to just pop them on the back for now. And I'm just going to grab my piece of tape. It's going to peel that bit up there. Ooh, actually it's dangling off. I don't know if that's going to work because I've removed it. No, it's not. I'm going to have to get a fresh piece of tape. I'm just going to pause while I peel the back. Right, so these are all the items that we used today, and this is what we made. Gorgeous little gift box bag. Put the stickers on the back there, and they do shimmer and shine. So I've shown how to get rid, well, one way to get rid of white edges, another way to peel stickers, and a little gift box, which personally I think is, you know, just perfect for those one serving size straws of honey or herbal tea, or both, in fact. So I thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget the AliExpress summer sale. I think it's on until Friday. And tomorrow I am up with a design team haul from the Creative Path. I can give you my itinerary for the week actually. On Wednesday, I'm going to be up with projects from that design team haul from Creative Path. From Thursday, I'm going to be up with my own personal haul. And on Friday, it's going to be a brand new and very cute haul from Eiffel Store. So there you go. How's that for organisation? Right. Please have an awesome day. And as usual, all links below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.